I was involved in a domestic violence with the father of my child. We got in an argument. He felt like I disrespected him in front of a friend of his, and he hit me.
He wouldn't hit me anymore on my body because I would get bruised. He would hit me in my head with his fists.
I was molested by my dad since it started at 10 years old. I mean, he always used to tell me, don't never tell your mom this. So, that's my dad, so I was scared what my daddy was gonna do to me.
I went to the house like normal protocol where I was just going to pick up my son on my weekend. As I was walking to the car, she attacked me from behind, and I was just trying to cover him and try to get him in the car. After that altercation, I decided to protect me and my son and go forward with legal matters.
There is no typical case of domestic violence. There are cases in which there is great physical violence, in which there's sexual violence, verbal abuse, substance abuse, and child abuse.
The mission of the Domestic Violence Project is to provide fast and professional legal services for a victim of domestic violence.
They're sent here by the police. They're sent here by friends. Some of them are sent by their schools. They're told, go get a restraining order, let's keep this person away from you.
We have one location at Central, which is at First and Hill. We have another in the Pasadena courthouse.
The courts are here to help them. And I mean, we will do everything that we can to help them, to make sure that they leave here with what they came for.
When someone first comes into the clinic, there'll be a staff member who will do an initial screening, and we'll make sure they're in the right place, that we can help them with their case.
We bring them in, we sit them down with the volunteer at a computer. The volunteer is going to take all their information and type it into the legal forms that are required. The volunteer is also going to take a declaration from them detailing all the abuse that's been going on in their relationship.
We start off with kind of the general background of what's been going on between the client and the abuser. And then we go into the events that happened more recently that caused him or her to come to the clinic.
For someone that is not familiar with domestic violence or the process, the packet itself, if they had to do it on their own, is about 30 pages. It's in English. A lot of people that we get here don't speak English. So even if they were handed the packet, they have no idea how to fill it out.
There are requirements under the law, as there should be, that a person asking for one of these orders needs to meet a fairly high evidentiary burden. It is very, very difficult and overwhelming for many self-represented litigants to figure out how to do that. The project is a place where they can come, tell their stories to folks who know how to reduce that information down to a manner that we can use it, and then those stories can be presented so that we can make the appropriate decisions.
It feels like an emergency room at a hospital, except for what we're providing instead of sutures and bandages is we're providing legal services for those who are really harmed, injured, or disoriented and confused. And they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed by the entire procedure.
It just felt a lot better knowing that somebody was there to help me, even if it was just to listen.
Not only do we help the victim prepare paperwork to receive a temporary restraining order, we go to law enforcement, retrain them about restraining orders. We provide training seminars. We train attorneys about domestic violence. We provide outreach to emergency rooms. So it's just not the legal services that are provided. It is that, and as well as the entire community that surrounds all of us.
The biggest service that these incredible people provide is giving a voice to people who are victims. And without their assistance, many of the orders which end up granted would not even come before us.
People can come in, they don't know what they're going to do, they've got a place to go. We're here to help them. We make sure that when they leave here, they feel better.
If they weren't there to help me and I wasn't able to get the paperwork done, I'm pretty confident that he would be around trying to harass me or hurt my daughter. You know, I do feel strongly that I wouldn't be able to go to the grocery store without being scared that he's following me.
It helped in the sense where he's not coming around by my house anymore right now because I guess he have the paperwork. So, you know, that's a big, like, relief for me and my children.
It's hard for a woman to step up and say, that's it. You know, this isn't gonna happen to me no more. And to take action, and I think support should be there on the other end.
We're teaching the victim how to help his or herself. We're helping the victim's children. We're helping the landlord who perhaps isn't getting paid rent because there's domestic violence. We're helping the employer of the victim. We're helping everyone when we help others.
So without this program, there's a lot of people out there and live in fear or just, you know, take the lumps and take the beatings that they shouldn't be taking. So the program is very important for people that are not aware of their rights. And I wish that everybody would know that they do have a right to go and they do have a system set up for somebody that can't afford an attorney and just get protection, basically. You know, every taxpayer deserves that.